I just wanted to show you some really interesting price action. A typical hour of system trading at the start of the day on Wednesday last week. So I'm just doing my weekly reviews. I just thought it was really cool, and we'll kick it off. So we start at 2 o'clock. Well, I start at 2 o'clock, but at this time, because the market has made the highest close in the trend on a downtick, we're in decreasing volume mode. So we are not taking counter trend trades until, so this trade we don't take. And you can see perfectly that we skip touch of the Bollinger lower close, higher close. This is a trade that ordinarily we would take, but because we're in decreasing volatility mode, we know that it's a negative edge trade and we skip it. You can see the volatility obviously picks up with these larger candles, small candles, small volatility, big candles, big volatility. Okay, so we're in a high volatility. So in a high volatility trending market, counter trend trades become an acceptable edge. So where are we? You can see we have touch of the Bollinger on 3 time frames. So we have to place this trade, and then the order is cancelled here once we break the old high with this candle, invalidates the candle. Immediately after that, a new setup forms. So we have a double top, double high of 343, and touch of the Bollinger, lower close, higher close. Now, this is really interesting. So the low here is 30.7. So our entry point is the nearest half pip or 4 pip below. So entry point is 30.5, and our stop loss is 34.5. So that's 4 for 4.5. So 30.5 less 4.5 is 26. That gives us a take profit of here. Still okay, we would have to place this order, but you can see that that order, if that order was filled, we wouldn't have hit the target. So the point that I want to make is that small differences make a big difference to your outcome. So here the low is 30.7, and here the low is 31.2. So our entry price is higher. Now, it's a double whammy because not only is your entry price higher, but your target is closer by twice that amount because, so here, our entry point is 31, our stop loss is 34.5. So that's 3.5 for 4, so 31 less 4 is 27. 27 is right here, so it hits the target. So we've skipped a bad trade, we've taken a good trade, we're one up. This trade, at first glance, looks really cool. We have a touch of the Bollinger on the 5, touch of the Bollinger on the 10. But one of the very common mistakes which people make is not noticing that we've gone into decreasing volatility mode. So the solution for that is twofold. First solution is that every single time you make the highest close in a trend, you say highest close in the trend and either uptick or downtick. So here, highest close in the trend, uptick. Here, we've made a new highest close in the trend on a downtick. We're in decreasing vol. The second way that we counter this category of errors is by having a checklist. So we check just before we place the order, have we switched into decreasing vol during the setup? And here we've made the highest close in the trend while we've made our touch of the Bollinger, lower close, higher close. So we don't take this trade. So we skipped a winning trade, which is kind of a pisser, right? Like you don't want to skip the winning trades, you want to take the winning trades. So it's annoying, but the way to deal with that is to express that annoyance and say, well, I'm kind of getting shits with this. And soon enough, we'll get a higher probability trade. You see, this is a mean reversion trade on the 2-minute, but the 5 and the 10-minute are solidly trending up. So it's not really truthfully a mean reversion trade. It's a much higher probability trend trade. So this is a money trade. So our maximum target would be above the old highs. We have a touch of the Bollinger, higher close, lower close. We place the order here, stop loss here, hits the target in this bar. So this was a typical hour of trading. We skipped a shitty trade. We took a good trade. We skipped a good trade, and we took a good trade. So what I'd like you to do is to just imagine that you were actually trading this without rules. If you were just like, I'm good at technical analysis, I can read this, I can think this, I can think that. It's just really, really hard to get that right on a consistent day in, day out basis. So what I'd say to you really clearly is get a system, build rules around it. If you're not capable of building your own system like mine, then just steal one of mine or someone else's. Like, you need a system. It's the only way to get good. All right, guys.